Have you ever wondered if this law of attraction stuff really works? Why aren't I getting what I want? I'm Brenda Florida, certified life coach, and that's a question I can relate to. Even though I certainly believe that the law of attraction is a universal law and definitely is true, it can be really frustrating when you're going through a hard time in your life to have that sort of simple idea that, oh, all I have to do is think about what I want and it's going to magically appear, or to feel like you're doing something wrong because you're wanting to manifest something and it's not happening, or it's not happening as fast as you want it to. So, a couple of things that I've learned along the way in my journey through the law of attraction and manifesting things in my life is that there's a big difference between the feeling of wanting something or the feeling of, I hope I'm going to be able to manifest that, and the expectation of it, the idea, the feeling, and the thoughts that go along with it for that matter, that you just know it's going to happen. You don't know when exactly, and you may not know how, but you just know, you just have this internal expectation that it's coming, and all you have to do is walk into it, so to speak. So I recently moved from Pennsylvania to Southern California, and that's the way my move was for me. And when I was comparing my move out here to sunny Southern California, where you can see now actually the light in this video is not amazing because there's so much sunshine behind me. Wow, it's an awesome problem to have. But as I moved out here and I thought about it and I was like, wow, this move manifested so beautifully. And even though, of course, moving has a million, different pieces that all have to come together. And there was a lot of uncertainty in it. And yet it had this feeling of ease with it. So not always easy. Don't confuse those two. Packing and storing and sorting through your things is never easy. But there was ease. There was this emotional and mental component that was not second guessing myself all the time, being freaked out with fear, the things that come along with what makes something hard. I mean, fear is the biggest thing that makes something hard, right? So I had no fear about this move, even though when I started it, I didn't know where I would live. I haven't even now secured myself a permanent place to live. But these really great synchronicities came up where I could stay with some family. Some people needed me to house sit, different things that would not have come up if I hadn't started the ball rolling on the move. So I think a couple of things that I've really learned about this is, again, this energy of, or the thoughts and feelings of expectation. I was sure I was going to move to Southern California. I just wasn't sure exactly when, and I wasn't sure where I would wind up. Like I like the South Bay area of LA, Huntington Beach, and San Diego. Those are the areas I'm most familiar with, and I have family in each of those, and so I visit here, and so they just feel good to me. So I knew I wanted to be in that geographic zone, so to speak, but I didn't have a real pinpointed idea of where. So I had a lot of flexibility, and sometimes flexibility can be nerve-wracking, right? The part of our thoughts that want to control the outcome and have that super secure, everything's taken care of feeling. Sometimes that actually goes against the energy of manifesting, because there's something a little bit more magical, I'll say, about manifesting that sometimes all that planning can get in the way of. So when I look back on it, I realized not only did I have that energy and emotional set point of expectation, but I had a lot of flexibility. And then once I started taking action myself, because taking action is always part of, we don't sit on our couch eating bonbons waiting for a move to show up or money to show up or our next relationship to show up. I got into action. I talked to the people that managed the apartment complex I was in. I started sorting through things in my closets, anticipating a move. I started reaching out to some people in Southern California and letting them know I was thinking about coming. Just small action, nothing that committed me to anything, because I couldn't go anywhere until my apartment was rented in Pennsylvania. but I did the little things that you would do if you knew you were going to move. And so I encourage you, as you look at whatever it is in your life right now that you may feel that dissatisfaction with because it's just not where you want it to be. It's not, you've not been able to create the job you want, the relationship you want, the business you want, the lifestyle you want, the finances that you want, whatever it is. And look at that in yourself and say, am I having this energy, the thoughts and feelings of wanting? Because wanting means you don't have it, okay? Expectation feels totally different. Expectation is almost like it's up there in my living room and I just need to walk down there to get it, okay? So that's sort of the thought and feeling around the idea of expecting something versus wanting it because I don't have it. And as soon as I want it because I don't have it, I'm separate from it. It's not in my house, so to speak, at all. I can't just walk into the living room and get it. So it's a completely different energy. And I hope those words, it's always hard to talk about this in words that resonate because words have different meanings for different ones of us. But for me, that idea of going from I'm hopeful, I hope it'll happen, I want it to happen, I'd love for it to happen, to I'm expecting it. Like, I just know it's going to happen. And I don't have to be hung up on exactly how or when that's going to be because I just get to enjoy. I get to feel the gratitude and the freedom of expecting it to, knowing it's going to. And so that's the other super secret that I have found over these last few months. When I'm feeling in freedom and I'm relaxed about it and I'm excited about it, I know I'm in the right energy to attract it to me. Or another way to say it would be like I'm generating the experience. I don't have to go get it. I'm generating it. I sort of like that word too. But however you like to think of it, whether you're pulling it into you like a vortex, you're pulling it into you, or you're just generating it, you're going to walk in that living room and pick it up. That all has a completely different emotional feeling, and the thoughts that go along with that are very different than the second guessing and the doubts that come with wanting and hoping and is it going to happen and I really want it but I don't have it. So let me know how this resonates with you and if it helps you in your manifesting genius in your own life. I'm Brenda Florida, certified life coach, and thanks for joining me on Talk About It Tuesday.